So you didn't do it?
I did do it.
I'm just going to I'm going to cherry pick a couple, and then we can get started.
We are started, my friend.
Well, much like my first job in high school, Mr. Steak, I punched in, but I'm not working yet. Okay, so you punch in, you go get your apron, your stinky ass shirt, and then you get a pop, shoot the shit with that one waitress that will have nothing to do with you, and then you start working a little later. So that's what's happening right now.
I actually started working between 6th grade and 7th grade. Was a caddy.
At the golf course?
At Midland Hills.
You should have kept that job, Mark.
That was a great job.
Could have made something of yourself.
4 hours of carrying someone's clubs around for $4.50. I think it was $4 the first.
Yeah, but that one guy was trying to groom you and gave you booze.
They all did.
They were all trying to get with you?
Yeah.
You must have been a cute kid.
I was.
And even in the awkward years, 16 years old, or what'd you say?
12 to 13.
For what did you use? School grades? Is that what you were?
Between 6th and 7th grade.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't like how I said that. I don't like that at all. Well, I'm sure you were just as pretty as the other boys. And I think you had that little element of you wanted it more. You know, you wanted good things for yourself. You knew what oiled the gears of enterprise industry and such. I'm trying to find the one Chuck Norris fact that I need. Can I just start with one and then, we can just to keep people going here?
Yes, because it's already a spoiler alert.
Oh, Chuck Norris lost his virginity before his dad did. That's like Socrates or something. If you're so gung-ho about introducing ourselves, why don't you introduce ourselves?
Hi, everybody. We are the Ascertainers. I am Mark, and my partner in crime is the wonderful Jim.
Yeah, that's me. I'm wonderful. Get to know me.
Wonderful.
Mark's terrific.
Wonderful is better than terrific.
Mark's cool.
Still, I'll catch you sooner or later.
Okay. Don't dawdle on that, because I'm just gaining ground, pal. It's going to be very much like on April 12th when I am going to participate in the Goldy's 5K run. Excuse me, Goldy's 5K, because I've been training for this event, and I told Mark how it's going down, and he's not happy with my.
I am very happy
with my ambitions.
I did tell him that our neighbor and former guest on our podcast,
the famous Roy,
who runs every day.
He's run every day for like the last 6 years. I've run none of the last years.
Roy is running Goldy's alongside Jim. He said he's going to get beside you and you're going to pace each other during the race.
I got half a mind to beat him, to just start taking whatever the steroids or whatever, the human growth hormone, and just roid raging out so I can Roy rage and beat him by a step. The other thing I could do is I could hobble him. What Bill Murray say? You just cut the hamstring right above the knee.
And he'll be pushing everything to the right.
Exactly. He'll be running in circles. So, all right, Roy, it's on. Game on. Watch yourself. Worst that could happen to you is that the backdraft from how slow I'm going might suck you into some kind of a vortex and slow you down by about a second.
You're like the black hole out there running.
Mark, we don't do astronomy. See where I'm going there? So, yes, the goal is that I was going to run the Goldy's 5K. I, as a full-figured man, although I've lost some weight, I started working out, got a little very nice treadmill that Eric the Red, my neighbor, almost died getting into my basement. I really felt bad about that because he had the heavy end. And when you're doing a treadmill, the top guy on the stairs, you're not doing much but encouraging the lower guy and steering it. But anyway, I have been since January of 26 this year for 2 months. I've been like so much more diligently than I ever have before. Said, hey, I'm gonna give this a go. I'm gonna try to whatever. I used to in high school. We used to run at a 7-minute mile pace to warm up and then do a workout. So in my head, I'm like, oh, like a 10-minute mile is ew. And then I jumped on the treadmill and reality struck very quickly. So my commitment to the world and to the podcast universe and to both of the guys listening, one of which apparently is Roy, is I'm going to finish Goldies. I'm probably going to walk most of the way. I'm not going to lie, because I'm just too fat to run. And my legs can't support that kind of heat, that kind of energy.
You know what they call people of our build out running?
Our build? You're 100 pounds less than me.
I'm still considered a Clydesdale.
A Clydesdale? Is
runner.
that with the shorts on or off? Because I'd take that as a compliment. It could be a cold day, in which case I'd be more like just a regular old run-of-the-mill racehorse.
Just the build of a runner. Usually they're skinnier people, and I am not skinny by any stretch of the imagination.
Welcome to the Ascertainers fishing episode, where we'll be catching bass and walleye and apparently compliments about Mark's physique. Oh, Mark, you're so fit. I wish I could get liver disease and get to the hospital and look as good as you.
I lost 25 pounds because of the hospital stay.
And then you trimmed your fingernails and lost 2 more. Yeah, well.
I did trim them today. Thank you.
I did too. Oh, we're in the same cycle, like women in prisons stuff. Well, anyway.
You'll do well.
I will do well to finish it. I've done 2 training walks, and I know I can cover the distance. I know I can cover it in less than an 18-minute mile pace. So I'll probably beat some people that are running with my brisk walk. And by the way, it's just a regular walk. I don't do the
hip shaking and the high legs or high.
Best sports quote. One of the best. Jesus Christ. I'm trying not to swear this episode. Just took the Lord's name in vain, which is far worse, especially during this Lenten season. But Bob Costas, are you familiar?
I am.
He got in trouble because he had to call
the speed
race walking, or whatever you call that. And he goes, it seems it's like a contest about who can whisper the loudest. And I thought, wow, that's exactly what race walking is like.
There's so many rules.
There's no rules. You cannot, your both feet have to be on the ground at the same time. Or no, one foot has to. That'd be the best race ever. Here's what we're doing.
I'm doing the moonwalk. I'll win.
Lift either foot. Go. You can slide, I mean, technically your foot's still on the ground, right? If you're sliding. 100-yard shuffle. World record.
Be better on ice.
42
in
minutes.
that case.
Oh. And outdoors, because the wind could be. It's like you're on day 2. They're trying to go 15 feet. It's a real bad clipper, the Calcutta Clipper coming out of the north. R.I.P. Denny Green. Anyway, so the only rule in race walking that I know of is that one foot has to be on the ground. You cannot have both feet in the air, because that would be running. Everything else is walking. What are the other rules that you know of?
I don't know any. I just was watching it during the Olympics, and they said that person's disqualified because they did something. Maybe it was that.
Because although they were walking slow, they looked normal. That seems like a DQ. Why do you got to look like that when you're walking fast?
I don't know.
And who picks that as a sport? Do you think they start with that, or they kind of settle for that?
Is there a lot of hip replacements after that sport?
Talking to the wrong guy. You should know about hip replacements, even though you won't get one. Do you have a higher chance of getting a hip replacement than a knee replacement? Do you know that?
I don't know that.
Statistically?
I will get knee surgery, I think, at the end of this summer.
Hang it. Come again?
That's a little personal.
Well, we'll be back in 30 minutes and a sandwich. And we're back. What?
My left knee is starting to click every time I walk. Enough to make me vibrate.
Are you telling me that you are going to get a knee replacement?
I think so.
I think that's great. You want to do song of the week? I'm going to take the win. I'm not going to even do nothing.
Let's not do song of the week because I want to know what we're going to talk about on this episode.
Has that ever mattered?
My song of the week, I might change it.
My gosh. Is it David Bowie changes?
Oh, that's a good one.
I wanted to talk a little bit about Chuck Norris, and we will at some point talk about superstitions because we've teased that for the last couple of episodes, and I think it's bad luck to talk about superstitions. So if we're talking about superstitions, it's probably one of our last podcasts because one of the two of us is probably going to get hit by a ladder. All right. I'm going to do 2 Chuck Norris facts, and then we can talk from there.
Chuck Norris passed away in the last week.
Chuck Norris. I had no idea he was damn near my parents' age.
86 is when he passed.
Yeah.
Actually, he passed 10 years prior, but death was too afraid to tell him.
Too soon. Soon. I can't believe you would make light of the death of the great Chuck Norris.
No, that's a Chuck Norris fact.
I know
that we're going to cover.
But you are, as a non-student of comedy, you were so serious when you said it. Or was that deadpan?
That was deadpan. That was like Kevin Nealon.
So you basically are Kevin Nealon. He has bad knees too.
Well, he had one replaced. That's why I'm doing it. Yeah.
Oh, really? So you literally are. Do you think that you would like?
That's one of his jokes. I had my knee replaced, and I feel like a 21-year-old that got hit by a boat with no health insurance.
I wonder if they'll be able to hear that.
He does it better.
Barely.
It's
almost imperceptible. Imperceptible. You're like Channel 45 funny. 45.
I don't even have 45
Hey, we're going to
anymore.
watch Channel 45. What channel's it on? Go ahead.
I don't know.
17.
I don't have...
Oh, you don't have cable?
I have Hulu. It covers local stations, but not
Do you have any
Channel
idea
45.
who the governor of the state is right now? Because you have Hulu. You don't get any local news.
Plenty?
Yep. Ooh. Boy, he was a few governors ago.
A long time ago. Last Republican governor.
It went Pawlenty, and then it went Sales Belton. I think there was one that was they were talking about on this podcast I listened to.
I do not remember that name.
This is not political. This is just historical fact. But there was one. It was a Democratic governor that only got one term, and they talked about how bad they would have to only be a one-term Democratic governor in Minnesota because Pawlenty was in the 90s, wasn't he?
Yes, and then it was Dayton. I didn't know if there was.
I think Dayton was right before Walls. Oh, Sales Belton was the mayor. I messed up. Yeah. She wasn't the governor.
I don't remember.
Norm Coleman, wasn't he governor? Oh, he was mayor of St. Paul. No, maybe we shouldn't talk about politics.
We shouldn't because I thought Norm Coleman was a senator for a while.
And you'd be correct. Actually, he ran against Al Franken for Senate and got beat by a few votes, and it's very contentious among some circles about who those votes.
I thought he was the incumbent.
I don't believe that's the case, but you might be right. You may be right. I may be crazy. Never gets old. So I'm going to give you 2. So Chuck Norris, here's the thing with Chuck Norris. What in the hell was the appeal of Chuck Norris? Was he just such a great badass? Because he went from being like in kickboxing movies. Like, honestly, I'm kind of conflating him with Rambo. He was in some kind of movie with kickboxing. And then he was in a show. Wasn't it like Touched by an Angel or some weird? No, it was Walker, Texas Ranger.
Pretty close.
Oh, that was Michael Langdon. But the appeal to Chuck Norris, when he was on Dodgeball, who didn't just go, hell yeah, Chuck Norris he was kind of a caricature, but also, and then there's all these great Chuck Norris facts or jokes of, tomato.
I think Chuck Norris was actually a champion of the...
He was a kickboxing champion. He was martial arts to a degree, but I think kickboxing is where he really made his claim to fame. I knew a guy that claimed he fought him and won. And I'm like, I think you're full of shit. As a guy who does Tai Chi, looking at you, not me. She's bored him to death. Bored him into fucking slumber.
Hey, wax on, wax off worked. This will work too.
I know there's some kids that listen. That's just an expression. You shouldn't wax off. Anyway, at least lock the door. Anyhow, what? So, but there's like karate, and then there's jujitsu. So to think that a jujitsu guy who's the best jujitsu guy, could beat the best karate guy.
There's different disciplines. You can go into any fighting tournament with whatever style you want to do. His style was kickboxing, but he still beat the others in the other styles.
Oh.
That he was good enough that Bruce Lee said, I'm doing this movie. They actually trained together for a while. And so I'm doing this movie, and Chuck says, do I have to lose? And Bruce goes, yes. But they made it look close.
So You're a student of Chuck Norris, much the same as I am a student of comedy. Mark hates when I say that so bad. I love it. So the legend is legit.
Yes, he is a badass.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you right now, he brought smiles to a lot of people. And for that, I salute you, Chuck Norris.
It's fun to watch his interviews when people bring up Steven Seagal.
I don't think anyone liked Steven Seagal, did they?
Our old neighbor, Chris, thinks Steven Seagal is the bomb, as the kids say.
Oh, Chris the shoemaker?
Yes.
Wish I could say I was surprised. I wonder why he thinks that.
But Chuck Norris just goes, yeah. He just shakes his head and goes, yeah.
Did you talk to Chuck Norris about what
No, I've seen him.
Said?
No, I just saw
That'd
interviews.
Be a pretty good flex. Gonna just throw a couple little Chuck Norris facts at you. Gonna warm you up with, and until I can find the actual quote and do it correctly, but there's one Chuck Norris fact / joke that I think stands above all. So the Chuck Norris facts, the two that I'm going to warm you up with: Chuck Norris can kill 2 stones with 1 bird. And then Chuck Norris destroyed the periodic table because Chuck Norris only recognizes the element of surprise.
That is a good one.
It's a pretty good one, don't you think? Okay, so
I'd like to mention 2 Chuck Norris facts.
Please do. Did Chuck Norris ever eat at Newt's?
I'm sure he did.
I went over to you. He'd probably take down the Okie smash burger. Like, you go ahead. You do your thing.
Chuck Norris doesn't push himself up in push-ups. He pushes the earth down. How many push-ups can you do, was asked Chuck Norris. All of them.
Chuck Norris does not own a stove, oven, or microwave because revenge is a dish best served cold. Okay. Well, the one I'm after is like a whole paragraph.
What's your favorite Chuck Norris film? Have you watched any of them?
I really don't think I have. It's so sad. That's why I'm like, what was the appeal to Chuck Norris? How many movies did he do, Mark? Can you tell us that?
I don't know. He did quite a few. One, he was a cop in like Texas, and they bury the car in the ground. The bad guys bury him in his cop car. It's like a Chevy Blazer. They bury him, and he drives it out of the ground.
I bet his character's name was Blazer, too. Here's one. Chuck Norris used to beat the shit out of his shadow because it was following too close behind him and now stands back a safe 30 feet. When Chuck Norris jumps into a pool, he doesn't get wet. The water gets Chuck Norris. Okay, I'm done.
Tonight we're at Newt's, as per usual of most of our recordings. They are our sponsor, and we had a wonderful time. They are the Burger Emporium of Apple Valley. It's the one we go to. Fresh popcorn.
Meaning not the Burger Emporium that we go to, the Newt's location that we go to. Correct? Can I correct you? Because that's what I do. I'm a student of advertising.
Correct. Thank you, because I worded that like Yoda, which I do quite often.
What'd you have tonight? Now, we broke news tonight.
I had the Jefe Rojo
burger.
But Sarah, our wonderful bartender, said, do you want that with chicken? Now that I'm not a pescatarian any longer.
You're a chicken whore.
She goes, do you want it with chicken? I love it with chicken. And I said, sign me up for that.
Would you do it again?
Oh, it was wonderful.
All right. Look at the living you're doing. I'm so proud of you, Mark. Next, we're going to work on bacon. We'll get you there.
The Jefe Rojo does have
And you
bacon.
ate the bacon?
I did.
Oh, my gosh. What is your shaman going to say?
I do pork. I just don't do beef.
I think it's too late to save your knees, but I think if you would have gone a couple weeks earlier, you could have not needed that surgery. is Diane going to do the gift of the Magi where she gives you her knee and then she's just going to be limping around?
I thought you were giving me that.
I don't have a good donor knee. I have the other thing because that's a renewable resource. I can get you a whole bowl of that. All right. I found the Chuck Norris fact.
Again, go to Newt's. It's a wonderful place. We had a great time tonight. We played pull tabs.
It's a popcorn. Saw some people we knew. Saw the whole. Honestly, we see this. There's new people, occasionally, but it's the most consistent wait staff of any. Not wait staff, just like a whole staff. It's just great because it's a familiar feel. Go to Newt's, dress up, look good, and tell them the Ascertainers sent you, and you will get a full price meal with very good service. Maybe tell them after you ate that the Ascertainers sent you. That might help.
We did get to talk to Corey again. It was always wonderful to see him.
A brief chat. Corey, he's a
working man. He has a lot to do.
How would you describe Corey though? I feel like we pine for his affection. We feel like at least that's me. Maybe you're different, but it's like, hey, there's Corey. How's he look today? Is he gonna want to talk to us or not? Because I get it. He is gruff but lovable. That's the description of some movie character or fairy tale or something like that. Probably fairy tale. But he is gruffalo. He's got a little kind of a exterior that maybe makes him seem less approachable than he really is. Go up and kick him right in the nuts. He loves that shit.
Corey could be a bouncer anywhere or security for Rihanna.
Or a moil. I think he probably has a soft touch. He told me that one summer he was a moil. You know what a moil is? It's a person who performs circumcisions. And I said, geez, how's that pay? And he goes, I only took tips. Come on, man. You didn't see that, arriving the whole time?
I've been to a couple brees and that.
What do you call them?
Isn't it a brie?
It's a bris.
Bris.
A brie. Oh, look at you, Johnny Cosby.
Well,
I said the F word under my breath. I don't know if it'll come through.
I'm going to make sure.
So far, am I clean on this episode?
Well, you said the Lord's name.
I did that. I'm trying to avoid Effenheimers, really.
Okay.
Mainly.
Then you're doing well.
All right. So Newt's, we're good on Newt's. Are you going to Newt's? We'll stop talking about Newt's when the entire population of the world goes there once, because by then our work is done. Then they have had a chance to prove their worth, their mettle. And, but then again, we don't get our sponsor. We get a beer
each.
Yeah. So we want to make sure we can still get that gravy train. Maybe they'll get smaller glasses for us. Maybe they'll just give little Ascertainers cups. It'd be a shot glass. I'm taking it because, the difference between a shot glass of free beer and no free beer, significant. So
I was thinking, well, they just wear contacts if they had different glasses.
Oh, Mark, you slay me. Yes. Oh, we got to get a drummer over here. I don't know if we can afford it, but we'll get the best.
Before we go on, can I do an errors and omissions?
I got how much time we got? Yeah, go for it.
We were talking about Jeff Beck and superstition with Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
It took me a while to think of Wonder.
Mark just put his glasses on and it looked like Ben Franklin,
And we were playing versions of the song. That was the Jeff Beck version that we played on the last episode that we said, oh, that doesn't sound anything like superstition.
I think one is superstition and the other is superstitious.
I ain't superstitious.
Yes.
We talked about that.
Is that Jeff Beck?
Yes. But Jeff Beck helped arrange Superstition with Stevie Wonder.
Get the hell out of town. For real?
For real.
Wow. How old was Jeff Beck?
And they both put out a version of Superstition. Stevie Wonder did first because it was his song. And he called Jeff Beck in because he heard Jeff Beck was a fan. And Jeff Beck was playing on the drums. And Stevie Wonder keep playing that. And then they wrote the song during that.
Have we talked about this, you and me? You and I. Wow. That's pretty cool, Mark. That might be the coolest music fact.
So
Rich 3-year history. Happy third anniversary there, by the way, partner. But wow, that's pretty cool.
So the version we were listening to and we said, oh, that's nothing like Superstition. It was actually Jeff Beck's version that he put on his album a year after Stevie Wonder released his version.
Well, I'll be dipped. It's a new cleaner. The cleaner, more southern, Jim. So go to Newt's. Here's the Chuck Norris fact that I think is the best Chuck Norris fact ever. What's the matter?
We were talking about so many different things, and then somehow you came back to Chuck Norris fact.
I tried to get into this Chuck Norris thing, and you said we're not done with the Newt's thing yet, so I had to close the door on Newt's. Yes, I realized that was 5 or 6 minutes ago, and I was in the room with you the whole time. So Chuck Norris was the fourth wise man who gave baby Jesus the gift of beard, which he carried with him until he died. The other 3 wise men were enraged by the preference that Jesus showed to Chuck's gift and arranged to have him written out of the Bible. All 3 died soon after of mysterious roundhouse kick-related injuries. I just like the idea of the gift of beard.
In the Game of Death where he fights Bruce Lee rips the chest hair off in one part.
How did Bruce Lee die? No offense, Chuck, but
rumor has it that someone gave him the 5 fingers of death and he died after that. But he was doing so many different...
If I gave you the 5 fingers of death tonight, you're going to die after that. It's just how soon after. Like, did someone give it to him when he was 12 and then he died of that?
No, it's like 5 days or 2 weeks. You just die. You're a dead man walking.
Let's look into that and dig in for a future episode, because that sounds stupid. That sounds like what a bad cardiologist would say. Hey, you look great. No one's punched you with that one special punch, have they?
Great band name.
Which?
5 Finger Death Punch.
That is a band name. I think I saw them live.
Did you?
No.
Did they have a picture of Chuck Norris back there?
Did not. Chuck Norris was playing the drums. No, that was Jeff Beck. Shit. Shoot. No, that's an R. It's a PG swear. The R swear has been preserved.
Shit, damn, and hell are really not cuss words.
What now?
Shit, damn, and hell I don't classify as cuss words.
Okay, cuss. Who says cuss? I say swear. Swear words. Let's do song of the week. Unless you, like I said, we're going to barely fit it in. So she said. Girth Brooks would be a good band name. You think you'd get sued if you, especially if you're a fat guy and you call yourself Girth Brooks? Oh, I bet people call him that because he's kind of rotund now. I'm not judging Garth. I'm just saying, chins up, buddy. He'll be fine. I'm just not a country star. Who goes first? Go rock,
you do.
Paper, scissors.
No, go ahead.
I am going to go with, because I'm not as complicated as Mark, where I knew going in, I knew what my song was going to be. I know what band it's going to be. It's a band you've never heard of this podcast before. But I'm going to have a B song. I'm going to say, here's my song of the week. And I'll go, here's another song you should check out by them. The band is The Call. Or if you remember what The Call?
I am.
Do you know how many studio albums The Call had?
I don't. I can only think of one song.
I can think of 2. And I'm not surprised that everybody else can only think of 1. That one song was called I Still Believe. And it was featured in what movie? I'll help you. The Lost Boys.
I never saw The Lost Boys.
Oh my gosh, that's right. We got to watch The Lost Boys. It's the only vampire movie, spoiler alert, that I liked. I think I started hating certain movies after that movie. But this song, I Still Believe, is played live on, they're at a boardwalk or on the beach kind of a situation. And there's a band singing this song live, and it's not The Call. It's like, what's the guy, Mimosa? Who's the guy that was like the actor? It's like this big, muscular actor who's the singer.
Oh,
well, it's not that guy. But my point is that if you look at just the band playing the song, you'd be like, oh, okay, good song. But it's they have this like bodybuilder singing the song, and I think even playing the sax during the song.
Was it the sax player in the Mad Max Thunderdome?
See, I never saw that. So there you go. Too many apocalypses.
We have to watch that before the Lost Boys. Just so you can
looks like you're not going to see the Lost Boys then. Is Mel Gibson in that?
Yes.
Okay. And you were worried about not having enough footage. Okay. Anyhow, so the song is "I Still Believe." It's pretty good. And now I have to look into more of the nine studio albums. No band has 9 studio. I don't think April Wine had 9 albums, and they had a lot of good songs. I don't think Metallica has 9 albums. They might have 9 studio albums, but either way, real long career. The other one, what made me think about this is your song last week, "Welcome to the Club." The 2 chords, gang, gang. There's 2 chords, and then there's kind of a little bit of silence in that. And I'm like, where do I know those 2 chords from? The Call has another song called "Here's to You," and the chords aren't exact, but they're so reminiscent of each other. And then how the kind of the beginnings of those 2 songs, I think you would see a similarity. So that's your homework, peeps, is check them out. But "Here's to You" is kind of like the ultimate, like, how is these guys not get a Viagra ad or a fart drug ad or something? It's everyone, here's to you. It's like, here's to the garbage man, here's to you, the school teacher, here's to you, all these people. And it's a very uplifting song, bordering on corny, but they stay pretty clear of it. But totally a sellout tune, and I love that. I like that about a band that isn't afraid to go, give us the Chevy ad, okay?
I watched the commercial. It was someone like the Guess Who, and I was thinking, oh, it's going to be a good commercial. And it was about, I can't remember what it was about, but it was
a drug for male itch,
like a window company that you've never heard of. Oh. It was just so disappointing that they sold the rights to their music. And I was thinking, that's sad. That is really sad in my book.
Just the way you said that reminds me of Wayne's World too. Yeah, that's just sad, man. And then they pan over to Garth, and he's wearing all Reebok. It's like it's the only reason people do stuff is for money. It's just sad. Ooh, you're giving me a headache. Here, try 2 of these. Little, yellow, different. So anyway, that's my song of the week. We have to get Guess Who tickets. Does Diane want to go to that show?
No.
Sure. I assumed as much, but I think I'm going to sign us up for the 3 of us, just so we have a driver. Oh, hon, don't listen to this. But anyhow, I never call her hon either, by the way. Sweetheart.
It would be fun.
I don't know what day of the week it is.
Black Crows are coming to that venue also.
The amphitheater?
Yeah.
What do they call it?
Mystic Lake Amphitheater.
Mystic Lake?
Mystic Lake.
Is that? I don't think it's anyway, it doesn't matter, because that's cool.
What other casino?
Well, Mystic Lake is a casino right by there, but it's like so far away from the casino.
Well, they just were in partnership with Canterbury.
I got it. I guess the hockey rink is now the Grand Casino Arena. I don't know. That doesn't really roll off the tongue like the X rolled off the tongue, in my opinion. But anyway, your turn for Song of the Week there, Tiger Balls.
My Song of the Week is something that I brought up before. It's Bob Marley and the Wailers, "No Woman, No Cry." Even if you don't like reggae, this is kind of like a pop reggae song. It's a crossover.
It was an approachable reggae song.
Yes.
For the record-buying public.
The live version at the Rainbow Theater in 1977 is the one we're going to post. It's just a beautiful song.
Where is the Rainbow Theater? That sounds like a L.A. theater.
I thought it was California.
Okay. Bob Marley and the Wailers. And how do they spell Wailers?
Wailers.
Yes. So not as in the people going out to kill whales, but the Wailers as in I'm wailing in pain or ecstasy. Pretty good name. That's actually a severely underrated backing band name. In fact, let's do an episode on cool band names at some point, because there's some good ones out there. But Bob Marley and the Wailers, No Woman, No Cry. Any other tidbits on that one? Did Jeff Beck play drums on it or anything like that?
No, but it's a very approachable song for people who are not into reggae.
So then, this will nice segue into the next episode that will be a pantry episode, is just like how there are certain bands, like everyone knows their hit song, but the fans hate that song because it's like, oh, that's not representative, or you found my favorite artist and you're not a student of, the Meat Puppets.
Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin. It was overplayed.
So the average Zeppelin fan, that's maybe their least favorite song because it's also not their best song, I don't think. Do you think that's their best song?
It's not their best song, but it's a great song. And it gets dissed on a lot because it was overplayed, but it was still a great song.
It's hard to deny that. But what I'm saying is from the Bob Marley, No Woman, No Cry is undeniably a good song. But I wonder if the Bob Marley, the hardcore fans, just eschew, Entertainer's Word of the Week.
Gesundheit.
Eschew, God bless you, thank you. Excuse me. That song, because all the non-reggae credentialed people like that song.
I Shot the Sheriff became popular when...
All right, we found him. He confessed. Everyone, come in. No guns.
When Eric Clapton sang it, but Bob Marley wrote it and sang it. But it wasn't recognized in the States until Clapton.
I feel like I've heard both versions, and I think I've heard Bob Marley's version more.
Really?
Or have I?
Growing up on the radio KQRS, I know you were down in Rochester.
Listen to KQ, same radio station.
They only played.
So maybe I've only heard Clapton. All right. Well, get that going for us. Say it. Jim, you were right.
You're always right, Jim. You can get a hold of us at TheAscertainers@gmail.com. And we have a Facebook page that Jim will tell us about.
Yeah, it's on Facebook.
Good
night, everybody. No, go. I think I'm going to look at what we have right now. And it's shocking that it's held at this number, but I don't want to tell you how many it is, because maybe you can see how many it is when you go to it. But
I just want to impress our listeners that we are in 37 countries, including the U.S. right now.
And the U.S.? Counting the U.S. Oh, we got a U.S. listener?
We have one or two.
Yes. All right. Well, this I want to point out is I'll bring it up on the next one too, although we don't know when that's coming out. Shoot. I made it all the way through with only one R word swear that Mark's gonna cut out. So
R word? What does that mean?
R-rated movie word.
Okay. Thank you.
That I apologize for. The previous most recent episode 153, I swore too much. Not cool. I'm trying. I'm working on it, Ringo. I'm working on it.
You dated yourself saying R-rated. I think it's now 16 plus.
NC-17? Is that a thing?
Now you're really dating yourself. It's like 16 plus or 18 plus.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. The R, PG.
What about
I think PG-13 still
rated
around.
G. Remember that? Is that still a thing?
That's still a thing.
And then it used to be GP, and that turned into PG. Remember that?
Was it? No, I don't.
It was the thing.
Grand Prix, and then they turned it into
just
parental guidance.
Agree with everything I say.
Okay.
It'd be so much easier. And then there was R, and then there was X, there was triple X.
And then they threw in the NC-17 after that Marlon Brando movie, Something in Paris.
Really?
Yeah.
Something in Paris. Hilton? Once Mark recovers, I'll say good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and tell a friend. Bye-bye.